guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to my channel, guys. I hope you're doing well. If you're new here, hi, my name is Sabang Pascal Malaafmafviri, but you can just call me Leia, and that's on period. So today I'm back with another PR review, and today we are doing another of my faves. I feel like I'm gonna start with my faves and then I'm gonna go to those ones I don't really like. But I'm doing a fave of mine and it is called Not Me, the series. This is a really nice series. I really enjoyed it. And before Love in the Sky, and there's this other one, I can't really remember its name, but before those ones came Not Me. And when I saw Love in the Sky, it sort of like gave me a feeling of that one in terms of the quality and just how it started off. Because Love in the Sky started off with like this huge truck traveling around and stuff like that. And it reminded me of Not Me the series because you used to get those kind of feelings and those kind of like emotions when you watch Not Me. It was very much intense, very deep. Like, yeah, it had a lot of serious topics that it also dealt with. So it made sense why it was more serious and why when I saw Love in the Sky had that serious feeling, I remembered Not Me the series. So I realized I don't tell you guys like how many episodes are in the series and it's still airing and stuff like that. So that's one thing I want to start incorporating going forward. So with Not Me the series, it has 14 episodes in total and you can stream it on YouTube. Yay. The most of the series I'm gonna review can actually stream on YouTube. Like I don't think there's a lot that I streamed off of YouTube because if you want to stream off of YouTube, then you have to pay a membership or a subscription for the site that you'll be using. And there's quite a lot of sites, so I don't want to end up paying like a lot of money for different sites in order to watch the series. So yeah, you can watch it on YouTube and it's no longer airing. So it aired in 2021 and that's when like you could watch with the episodes as they came out. I think I watched it with the episodes as they came out, but now it's no longer airing. So I'll tell you guys if the show is still airing or not. I'm gonna do one that is currently airing, so stay tuned for that. But this series was really nice. The quality, the how do you say that? How do you say that word? I'll write it somewhere here. But yeah, it had just everything, the quality. It was just a good series. And I think it was one of the best series I've watched in a while before, like, you know, The Love in the Sky came out and stuff like that. It was just like, wow, you guys elevated everything. Like, it was just so good. The storyline starts from these two twins who their parents divorced and therefore the dad took one of the twin and then the mom took one of the twin. The divorce probably was led by something else, but in the story they kind of give off the impression that the divorce was kind of like led by one of the twins whose name is Black, because he used to be like a rebel. Like he just used to like do things on his own, not listen that much and stuff like that. Because of that, it kind of gave off that feeling, but we all know that divorce is not caused by children. Normally it's because of like the parents have issues and stuff like that. So the mom took Black and then the dad took White. Still, yeah, those are the names of the twins, I know. Mom was a huge politician in Thailand, so obviously she stayed in Thailand and she stayed with Black, and then White went international with the dad. Black was a rebel from like the get-go, from like the start. So it carried on until his I could say his teen life and also his adult life or young adult life. He was very much a rebel and he did things on his own and stuff like that. And this cuts to where we see Black in hospital because he was beaten up by a group of guys and stuff like that. So White was in another country, as we know, and one of their friends, their childhood friends, called him and said, hey, your brother is in hospital, he got beat up. And I suspect it's one of his group of friends because Black was in a motorcycle gang. So the guy whose name is Todd was the childhood friend, and he believed that Black was beat up by his gang friends, and he gave off that impression, but later in the story we find out that it wasn't the case. apparently Todd was the one who got Black beaten up, which messed up. So White comes back to Thailand after many years of not being in Thailand. He's just like, oh my god, what's going on? And he sort of like is angered by what happened to his twin, because he went to the hospital to see how his twin was doing, and his twin was badly injured. So he said, you know what I'm going to do is that I'm going to disguise myself as my twin brother, because they look exactly the same. No one could tell like who's who. But he was like, I'm going to disguise myself as my twin brother. And I was just like, hey, bro. I was like, okay, why to come through? So he disguised himself as his brother, and then he went to the motorcycle gang that his brother was a part of. And in this motorcycle gang, we have I think 3 friends of Black, and then this other guy who was like the mechanic of the motorcycle gang, I could say. We have Sean, we have Graham, and then we have Yok. And then the guy who's the mechanic is Goomba. But yeah, so Sean was kind of like the leader of the gang. You can see like the way he just likes to lead and likes to tell everyone what to do and stuff like that. He sort of gave the leader of the gang. So the day White went to the place where they used to hang out, he got there and he tried to like resemble his brother and his brother's mannerisms. Like he tried to be like a bit cold, but Sean was like, I'm not having it. Like, there's something weird about you, Black, referring to White as Black. And he's like, there's something weird about you, Black. Like, you don't give me the same Black that I used to know before you coming back now. And the thing is, White and Todd had a plan not to let the group know this is the motorcycle gang, not know, could say Black is in hospital, because they wanted to get information from the group and see who actually betrayed Black and got Black beaten up and stuff like that. But at the end, we end up finding out that Todd was the one who actually betrayed Black and got Black beaten up. And his plan, or Todd, was that he wants to get information from the group, because I think the person that the group was after in terms of trying to bring down was his father, if I remember correctly, or uncle, but I think it was a family member. And Todd wanted to get his information so that he can stop the group from what they're doing. But because Black didn't want to do all of that, he used White to do that. That's why he ended up calling White, because he's the one who called White all the way from overseas to tell him that, hey, your brother is not okay. So now he's using this excuse to get information from the group, and because White doesn't know what actually is going on, and White believes Todd because they were childhood friends, he ends up like doing what Todd says that he should do. So White disguises himself as his brother, and because he can't perfect every mannerism that his brother has, because they're totally different people, despite the fact that they're twins and they look alike, they're totally different people. He didn't necessarily get to do everything on point like how his brother did. So one of the people that saw this like before anyone else could was Sean. And Sean could see, man, this is something off about Black. Black is not the Black that I used to know. There's just something off about him. Instead of this making Sean want to, beat up Black, I could say, or do something bad to Black, he ended up like developing feelings for him. But this didn't necessarily happen immediately, because at the beginning, Sean did not like Black because of the fact that now he's like a total different person. Like, he was just like, what? No, there's something off about you. I don't trust you anymore, But the more he got to interact with this new Black, the more he ended up liking Black, and the more he ended up having feelings for Black. So yeah, they would have back and forths in terms of fighting, because of the fact that White is trying so hard to be Black, and Sean can see that something is off, but because he likes this new Black, he just like wants to be close to this new Black. So he does everything in his will. Like, he even went camping with him, but it wasn't like, oh, we're going camping. They had to, stake. Basically, they were camping at a certain place, like looking at something, like looking at the movements, like the situation that was happening at this particular place. So White decided to do that with Black because he wanted to be close with Black. So everything that Black was doing, Sean wanted to be around Black to do it with him. So Sean made sure that he like gets close to Black as much as possible, and that led to that traction growing further, and Sean liking Black even more. And before Black got into the accident or got beaten up, I could say, he was in a relationship with this girl by the name of, he was actually in a relationship with this other girl. I didn't write the name down, unfortunately, but he was in a relationship with her, and she could tell also good like there's just something off about Black. But because White didn't want his cover blown up, he basically ended up ending the relationship with this girl. And yeah, Black was not happy about that when he got out, or when he woke up from his coma or whatever he was in when he was beaten up. He was not happy about it. He was just not impressed because the girl ended up actually getting into a relationship with one of Black's friends. Yeah, that's messed up. That is so messed up. He actually ended up getting into a relationship with one of Black's friends who goes by the name of Graham. So Graham, I think he always had an attraction to the girl, because you can't just all of a sudden like go after the girl because the friend doesn't want the girl anymore. Like, it's just so weird. So Graham ended up like hitting on her, and like he didn't do it necessarily like, oh, I'm hitting on you, but like the way he was just like interacting with her and like where she needed to be, I think he was assisting her, and it sort of gave off how Sean wanted to be where Black was. Like everywhere where Black was, Sean wanted to be there. He ended up getting in a relationship with Namo, and the sad part is that he actually broke up a relationship with this trans girl that he was with, and I was like, oh, how dare you, you know, Ushia Uchigeli for this girly, like, excuse me. But the fact that he left the Chigeli, I was just like, oh, that's so sad, because it would have been nice to see more of the Chigeli, you know, being represented in the series and stuff like that. But yeah, Graham ended up being in a relationship with her, and when Black woke up, he went straight to his place and he found that there were like things that had changed and stuff like that. So he was like skeptical of like what's actually happening. So he ended up like monitoring what's happening, and he saw that White is here and White is pretending to be him. So like he kept on like monitoring it until he confronted White. Like, I think they got into a fight, if I remember correctly, and he confronted White and was like, what are you doing? And like I can see like all of a sudden now you are, you know, engaging in a romantic way with Sean. Like White hadn't like agreed to be with Sean, but he found himself like kissing Sean and stuff like that. Like, hey, White, nah, yeah. But Black was just like, what are you doing? What exactly are you doing? Like, why are you messing up this for me? Like, this is my group of friends. Like, what are you doing? So White had to explain himself and stuff like that. And then I think that's when Black ended up telling White that actually what's happening is that Todd is the one that got me beat up. And Todd wanted to find information because Black's group of friends, the motorcycle gang, were on a mission to take down this guy by the name of Tawi. Tawi was a corrupt businessman, and they wanted to take him down because they were just so tired of people in high places like taking advantage of people in lower places, and also just being malicious and just doing the wrong things. They were just so tired and they wanted to bring him down. So they did everything in their will. Like if you watch the series, you would see everything that they did. Like they did so much. They bent his warehouse down. Like they did a lot. They even participated in this rally that had a flag that was like being carried by everyone. And Sean and Black, who's White, were under the flag together, and I think they ended up kissing under the flag. I can't remember. A lot was happening, and some of it was cute because of the fact that Black and Sean, who Black is White, were kind of like interacting and sort of like building this relationship that they know that they wanted to build. When Black obviously like confronted White, he told him that, you know, Todd is the one that's doing this to me and stuff like that. And that's when White realized that actually I'm being used here and it's not nice. I can't remember how everything went down, but there was a point where there was a lot of shooting. There was a lot of shooting at some point. Like they had a group of guys come into their place and tear it up and like cause havoc and start shooting at them and stuff like that. And I think Sean, not White, got shot. And they ended up having to take them to the hospital. And then because the guys wanted to finish off what they started, they went to the hospital, and Black, White, Sean, Graham, and York had to find a way to make sure that they get out of that hospital, even though like one of their friends was badly injured. I think that part, there was a part at the hospital where I applauded GGMTV first of all, because I was like, wow, wowza, you guys did that, you guys did that. I think it doesn't necessarily happen a lot in a number of BL series. So I was just like, wow. We got to see Black and White at the same time, because most of the time they had is either Black facing White and they will show one of the twins. So they will show like the back of the head, and then they will show like the twin, one of the twins to us. Yeah, well, so at that point they showed both of them at us. And mind you, the twin is played by one person. Yeah, the twin is played by one. It's giving Lindsay Lohan in that movie. What is it called? Something Trap, I can't remember. But it's giving very much Lindsay Lohan. And I was like, 8888. That's amazing. The fact that they had the quality, they had the cinematography. I'll put the word again here. And they had that happening all at once in the series. I applaud them very much for that. Like they elevated their level when it comes to BL series, and they gave a series that's definitely worth watching. One of the couples that were also in the series, which was one of the supporting couples, was York and Dan. So York was part of the motorcycle gang, so he was one of Black's friends, and he ended up finding himself in a relationship with a cop. The cop's name is Dan, and he was basically trying to stop the gang from attacking Tawi, which is the guy who was a malicious businessman and stuff like that. And he ended up finding himself attracted to York, and York found himself also attracted to Dan. And it came to a point where even York introduced Dan to his mom. Like, that's how deep their relationship got. But yeah, like, they also had a bit of back and forth, because obviously he's a cop and he's a criminal in the eyes of the law. So they had back and forths, but because Dan really liked York, he ended up assisting him, and he saw that actually they're trying to help out. And I think the main reason was because of the fact that Dan's dad got killed by one of Tawi's men, and he wanted to find out who actually killed his dad. So when he found out, I think that's why he was just so eager to help York and his friends in terms of bringing Tawi down. And they end up actually bringing him down and succeeding. And we find ourselves, after like the whole situation of bringing Tawi down, like had, you know, finally like realized we did it, yay, congratulations. That's when I think Black went to Sean and told him everything and said, that person you were interacting with was not me. Because I think White stopped pretending to be or disguise himself as Black, and then Black came back and took over like his life again. And Sean could tell that there's something weird here, there's something wrong. This person's not the same person that I interacted with, I fell for, and like they're not the same person, so something is a bit off. So he ended up confronting Black about it, and Black ended up telling him that actually that's my twin brother. And Sean was like, what? You have a twin brother? And the twin brother is pretending to be you this whole time? What's going on? So Sean ended up going to confront White, but White was just not having it, and he ended up like running from Sean and jumping stuff, and Sean followed him and jumped as well. and he just like confronted him and said, like, you know what, I like you, like I don't understand what you're doing, I understand what happened, but I like you and I want to be in a relationship with you. So White ended up agreeing to Sean, and yeah, they ended up being in a relationship, which was so cute. And ended up having like 3 couples at the end, and that was Sean and White, Graham and Namo, and lastly York and Dan. And yeah, the series was really, really, really good. I enjoyed the series. Like, yo, I remember even like the comment section, people are just like, yes, yes, keep giving us this GMTV, please. I absolutely loved the series. I absolutely enjoyed it, and I hope you guys can enjoy it as well. As always, I will leave a link in the description box for the whole series, basically like all of the episodes. So do check that out so that you can also watch it if you want to. And don't forget to come back. Please, Batum, you're not coming back and telling me if you guys enjoyed it or what. Or you guys are not watching, like what's happening, or you guys already watched, what's happening. Please do tell me in the comment section what you guys think. And yeah, that's all from me. I absolutely enjoyed doing this review because, like I said, was one of my faves. So telling you guys about something I enjoyed, I really loved it and I really enjoyed doing it. I hope you guys enjoyed the review as well. And also don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And lastly, don't forget to turn on your post notification bell so you can get a notification every time I post. And yeah, that is all from me on this beautiful day. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this review. Until next time, bye.